Kwanbe. Kwanbe. Kwanbe.
Hi, my name is Avie Owensby. I'm a Global Studies major in the class of 2024 at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville.
Hi, I am Kwanbe Bullard Jr. I am a recent grad at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville with a bachelor's degree in Africana Studies. I also participated in the Ghana program with study abroad. And I also, in Africana Studies, outstanding graduate of 2022. My teachers, my community, myself, and my family impacted me, and I am who I am, and I strive to be the greatest. And
what drew you to UT, and what barriers did you face in pursuing your degree in a higher education?
Because I received a lot of scholarships, this led me to coming here without taking out any loans. And plus, this is home. I work at the African American Museum, and I'm very passionate about Black history, and so I wanted to learn more and about Black history, so I can teach and tell and show people Black history, since it's not being taught as much as it is in schools.
Yeah, that's good.
Africana Studies has been a program over 50 years, and recently they became a department, which is good news. I can see that great work is being done at the University of Tennessee for minority students and creating spaces for them.
And so tell me about being named the Africana Studies Outstanding Graduate of 2022.
So when we had the reception for the Africana Studies, I was not expecting to receive this award, and when Dr. Nunley had was saying, you know, she wanted all the graduates to stand up, and so I stood up, and I was not expecting her to say my name, so that was a big surprise for me, and I am grateful to be the outstanding award for Africana Studies.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so we both participated in the UTK in Ghana study abroad this past summer. What led you to choose this program?
For one, my major was in Africana Studies, and so with this being an Africana Studies trip, I wanted to take the trip, and then also, of course, my job.
Yeah. I chose it because although I'm not really working with the Africana Studies department at all, I am taking a class as a Global Studies major, and so Dr. Saul introduced the trip at the beginning of last spring semester, and I thought it would be really cool because I personally love to travel, and I like to travel to places that are not as well traveled, and so I thought Ghana would be really cool to see, and it was.
And see, and this was my first time traveling international, and so that is a big milestone for me. So my family were kind of nervous. They didn't want me to do this program. They were like, we need to have a safe code word, so we'll know that you're safe and nothing is happening to you. And so we did. I talked to them every day, of course.
Yes. Before we went abroad, everyone was always asking me, like, are you going on like a mission trip? Why are you going? And so that was kind of, not annoying, but I was like, not everyone just goes for mission trips. Like, I just really want to experience a place. And then coming back, I had people ask me, like, oh, what animals did you see? And I don't think they realized, like, we stayed in Accra, which is more of a city, so we didn't see all the, like, lions or stuff that might be other parts of Africa. So that was a big stereotype that I feel like people need to learn more about. So describe Dr. Saul a little. How is he, like, what does he bring to the classroom and the program in general?
Dr. Saul was like very protective and was in looking out for us.
Yeah. So he's also from West Africa. He's from Mauritania, so you say, and he's a part of the Fulani people. So he grew up in like African culture. So going to Ghana, I think he really knew how to protect us. I personally never felt unsafe. Sometimes it was a little hectic with people coming up asking for like money or something, but I thought he did a good job of it. And he really was like my father on the trip also, like, he was so protective, made sure everyone was okay.
So our classes, we met like
at the International House on their campus, yeah.
And we met at around 10 o'clock, and he printed out packets for us, our reading packets. And so we just had to read before the night and just, come with a discussion. And we kind of just like related how from the U.S. and Africa, we just kind of related each other. What do we see in the U.S. that we don't see in Africa? What we see in Africa that we don't see in the U.S.
Yeah. So what is one experience on the trip that really resonated with you?
I really enjoyed the Slave River, and I also enjoyed Elmina Castle, which is St. George Castle.
Yes.
That was built in 1482. And so that's where the enslaved Africans were placed before they were shipped off to the New World. And so I really enjoyed that because I wanted to see that with my own eyes instead of seeing it on the internet and in the books, and just listening to the tour guide and learning the history, being able to see the no return door of how small that door was, and you're losing your identity, who you are. That was a really big shocker.
Yeah.
It's just being in a room where enslaved Africans were, and being able to smell the body odors that they, from like the diseases,
like in the
is still there, and they have their own separate dungeons. You have your male dungeon, your female dungeon, and
yeah, it was really neat to be able to see history in person instead of just learning it through the books.
Yes.
But it's cool having this class now because we actually just learned about Elmina Castle, and so I got to share my experience there with the class.
Aww.
So it's cool to also be able to relate my experience over there to here.
You want to tell us your experience with Elmina Castle?
The drive there was a little long. It was a hectic day. We woke up very early. But once we got there, I thought it was a beautiful castle. It was crazy to learn about all the history and actually be able to see in person. Like when we went into the female slave dungeon, like they left it as it was. Like it was crazy to like just take all of that in. Yeah, but it was a really pretty view. Like
the view is really nice from the castle to see the beach.
The beach, and then also
and then all
the houses and stuff.
And the market and everything.
I liked visiting those places too, and also just being able to really engage with the culture. So I thought it was really cool going in, learning a little bit of their language. The local language is Twi, but they also have like Ga, depending on which part of Accra you were from. But I thought it was cool to learn even just little things like Medase means thank you, and just saying that to people in like the markets or anything, just a smile on their face was really cool to see. Yeah.
The cities, the money. I felt rich over there.
Yeah, someone called me a billionaire.
Because you can convert $100 US dollars, and you would get like $7.90 in CDs. Yeah, which is a lot of money. Yeah, and
it was crazy. Like a meal, like a full meal, tons of food would maybe be like 10 CDs, which is like probably $1.25.
Yes.
US dollars. It was crazy. I like trying the foods. It might have hurt me a little in my stomach, but they're good.
I would say about the food with me, I'm a picky eater, so it was kind of hard.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what to eat. So I did eat a lot of rice, of course, and a lot of chicken and French fries, which they call it potato chips.
And then I guess one thing that really shocked me was the market and bargaining culture, because here, as we can just go to the store and buy stuff at like Walmart, they all go to the markets and you can get anything you can think of, really, or just on the streets with the ladies with the baskets. Like people are selling anything. I thought that was crazy.
It's like their mom, the dad, the granny, the granddaddy, down to the little kids. They're all working. Yeah. Where you would see here in the U.S., you don't hardly see that.
And it was crazy talking to some of the workers there. Like, I guess people here may have like an hourly rate of like $10, but like in a month of working there every single day, they might only make like 790 CDs, which is $100. That was crazy to see the difference. It was really inspiring to see how hard like every single person was working there. Yeah, but in the markets, I was stressed because I'm not a bargainer. Like, I'll just accept the price. And honestly, I tried to bargain a few times, but honestly, I was fine with paying whatever price they asked because, like, I know they need this money, and I like to help. Anyway.
Yeah, at the market, I wanted to buy a lot of things, but it's hard because I'm a person who carry a card 24/7. I don't carry cash. So it's like when you go to these places, all they take is cash. Well, CDs. And so it was like if I had $200, it's like, dang, I want this, but I don't know when we're gonna come back, you know?
Yeah. Like when we went to the market on the way to Kumasi and we got to buy the kente class.
Yes.
I thought that was super cool. I didn't expect it to turn into like everyone trying to sell stuff.
And I only had 400 CDs. And so it's like, dang, I wish I had more money because I want to buy almost everything in here. So
it was so cool. And then I bought this one art piece and it had the signature, and I asked the guy, I was like, oh, are you like Zimbo? That's what it said. And he said, yeah. And then the next day we were at another market and I saw the exact same paintings. They're still authentic, I just don't know who the actual artist is. Yeah, that was cool.
Well, I bought, when we are on our way to Kumasi, I bought the small drums.
Yeah.
I bought some bracelets.
Yes,
I got these from TK Beads.
TK Beads. That was really cool.
So I got a lot of beads at home. I also have a beads with my my Ghana name, Kwanbe.
Yeah.
I was born on a Saturday.
Yeah, mine would be Ya.
So
on a Thursday born. I thought that was really cool. Yeah. So we did service learning at the Hopeway Orphanage.
I enjoyed it. Building a relationship with the kids. Just being able to take pictures with them with the Polaroid camera.
Yes. I know we were going to do a little bit of like tutoring with them, but we ended up buying games and playing those with them. So it was really fun to really interact. Like my girl that I was paired with Blessing. Blessing was sweet. We just was, what's yours? Sam? Sam, yeah. They were all so sweet and happy. It was fun to play with them. Yeah. So tell me about a time on the trip where things didn't go according to plan. There were a few times, but everything worked out. Sort of. Like for me, I really wanted to go on the Kakum National Park canopy walk, but because it's a rainy season, the floods kind of made it hard to get there, so we didn't do it.
Yeah.
So we got to go on the little one.
Right, which was great.
Yeah.
Because
you were nervous for it.
I was nervous about canopy walk, so it was my first time being on a canopy walk, and just being off the ground.
Yeah.
Was a little.
It was
sketchy.
still pretty high.
Yeah.
So you graduated last semester. Yeah. So have you had the opportunity to unpack from this trip? Like, how was it adjusting to life back in the States?
I didn't really have to adjust to anything, but I did notice the difference from the U.S. and Africa. I noticed the difference when I came, and then also just being at my job, telling my story. So I work at the Beck Center, and I've been there since 2016, my senior year at Austin East Magnet High School. And I was working, and I've been working, volunteering. Now I'm permanently working full-time there. Yeah. It's a cool place to learn about Black history.
And do you have any future plans to go abroad now that you've had a taste of it?
Yes, I would definitely go abroad again. I don't know where. Probably Dubai.
Dubai would be really cool. I want to go there.
Yes. So, I don't know when, but I'm going to Dubai.
Nice.
Rocket Tennessee.